Hey, you guys, I'm back. My name is Gary. I'm a grateful, recovering alcoholic and addict. Um, I'm going to try to keep it brief. The videos seem to, do better if I keep it short. So, what I wanted to talk about today was, I'm an alcoholic in recovery, and I want to talk about perception. I lost my son, Brandon, to an accidental fentanyl overdose 3 weeks ago today. In fact, it was the worst day of my life. Um, Hands down, the worst day of my life getting that news. And it's just been a roller coaster ride of, it's just crippling. And, I'm trying not to take a walk in the bad neighborhood. Um, and I want to talk a little bit about perception. And, I like to tell on myself, okay? Because I don't like, I'm not a therapist and I'm not a psychiatrist, but I want to prove to you guys that this thing that we do called Alcoholics Anonymous works, okay? So uh, I get hired. I got hired about, I don't know, 90 days ago, three months ago. I'm in the glass business. I got hired at a little glass company outside of, well, it's like a medium-sized glass company outside of Austin, Texas. And I've been in the business for like 37 years, 38 years. And I was trained by people that love me, so I know the business well. I'm not like Superman, but I tend to think I am sometimes, which gets me in trouble. Uh, but I'm pretty much just an average guy, right? And I get hired on this with this company, and I'm a project manager. And the first few jobs the owner of the company hands me, right? And here's my perception, right? So he hands me 3 or 4 jobs they were bid during COVID, you know, um, but they were bid at cost or below cost, right? And my first 4 jobs for this guy, he hands me these jobs. I don't know how much volume, it's like 3 or 4, maybe 5 jobs, and totaling, I don't know, $1.5 million, say, right? And they're bid at cost and some below cost, and I go through the jobs and I'm thinking to myself, is this guy fucking nuts or what? And why is he handing me these losers, right? Why does he, first thing, brand new guy, and why is he handing them to me? You know, well, is this going to make me look bad? And thinking all about me, right? This is going to make me look bad to suppliers. Once these jobs are finished and they're losers, it's my reputation, and all the guys in the field are going to know, I don't know how to run work, and I lost money, and da da da. It's all about me, right? Because in the book it says, like the root of our troubles, selfishness and self-centeredness seems to be the root of our troubles. So it's all about, I'm thinking just about me, and so I go, and he's a good guy, right? So we had lunch, and he says, you can do this, and then after a few weeks, he took me out to lunch again, and he was like, yeah, how's it going? And I'm like, I thought you were crazy, when you handed me these things, like, this is dangerous, like, what are you doing, type thing. I'm still thinking, does this, what's this, I didn't know what angle he's playing, right? Like, and still making it about me. And it's got fucking nothing to do with me, right? He had, he told me he had the confidence in me to, he saw something in me in the interview process, and just, in the brief meeting me and talking to me, that, I was good on the phone, I was good with people, and, he thought I could turn these things around, he said that, I've got confidence in you, you can do this. And I was like, of course I can, and then, walk away. This guy's nuts, right? So, he's not nuts. He knows what he's doing. So he's been around a long time, right? Like me, we've been around a long time. We're about the same age, and he's actually been successful in business. I'm sure he's had his rough years, but he's still in business after 35 years. And I can't say that. I've lost my business through COVID. So we, you know, and I go in every day and I do my deal, right? And I'm dealing with the loss of my son, and that's been hard. And the guy's given me a lot of room to be as good as I want to be and help him as much as I want to help him, and I've been trying to do that because I bring this program into work on a daily basis, and I don't do it perfectly because I butt heads with people, and I butted heads with him. My fault. um, I'm my biggest enemy at times, so I'm aware of this. So, but it occurred to me today, and we had a business meeting today, and where we reviewed the jobs on the board, and I was reviewing the jobs yesterday and going through each job. I think we got 16 jobs on the board, and 16 jobs that mostly I'm in charge of most of these jobs with another guy, and we go through the board, and it occurred to me, like, if this guy wouldn't have bid these things at cost, back in the middle of COVID a year ago, right? That's probably when most of these were bid, about a year ago. Maybe a little more, maybe a little less. We wouldn't have any fucking work right now. And I've made these things work with with my training and expertise and my gift of tongue and deal making and all, being able to be tough with the clients, and do things the right way in business, and bringing the program in with me on a daily basis. I've been able to put these jobs in a position to make money. And, I'm not patting myself on the back. That's not what this video is about at all. What I'm trying to say is this is a disease of perception too, right? And my perception was all about me. What am I going to look like when these things come out bad? What am I going to look like what are the suppliers going to think? What are the guys in the field going to think? What is everybody in the office going to think of me? And that's how I'm put together. And thank God for this program. And I had the realization yesterday, like, man, if this guy didn't bid these jobs at cost, and then have the confidence, and he gave me the confidence too, and said, hey, you can do this. I believe in you. You can do it. You got enough experience. You know what you're doing. Go do it. And so my perception has changed completely on this thing. When I could take me out of the equation because it's got nothing to fucking do with me, right? This guy envisioned what it could be like in a year ago. He knew the market at that time. Shit's going cheap. There's a lot of new guys in town. It's Austin, Texas. There's a bunch of people, fly-by-night companies in here changing the numbers around, making the numbers drop. I'm going to bid these fuckers at cost. And we're going to get them, and then I'm going to buy them outright. And, I'm going to get a project manager to buy them outright, and then, grind the field and work with the field guys and try to put these things in and make some money. And that's what we're doing. So, in a positive way, for his company, for our company, and so now I want to take this perception thing a little deeper. Okay, I just lost my son. Okay, and I start thinking, like, okay, it's not just about me losing my son. It's his mother, which we're divorced now. She's a good woman. She lost her son. And how can I help her? And she's dating a real good guy. He's a real good guy. They've been together a long time. And, what can I go do for these guys? And I've got 2 other sons. And I got the youngest, who's about 23 years old, and my oldest, who just turned 29. These guys lost a brother. What can I do for them? How can I bring some joy and happiness and love into their life. And what do I need to, do I need to engage more or back off a little bit? There's been both. I've had to engage a little bit and then back off a little bit too, because I don't want to smother them. They need space. We all do it our own way. I'm doing mine, I'm throwing myself into service. That's how I'm getting through this thing in a positive light. I've had the days, and I haven't had a full day of, Gary's neighborhood. It's like I mentioned before, this isn't Mr. Rogers' neighborhood up here. It's like taking a walk in a dark alley, and, it involves a lot of darkness and weapons and, destruction, violence, suicide, all the shit that I want to, when I'm on my pity pot and all that stuff. And, I'll never see my son again. I was a shitty father, yeah, I had moments of being a shitty father, and I had moments of being a great father. I'm going to focus on those. Fuck the shitty moments. I'm going to focus on the good moments, because I was a good dad and I loved my son. And I did. And I did a lot of good things. And so did his mother. We've both made mistakes, and we can't focus on those mistakes. We have to focus on, what did we do wrong and where can we improve, but not dwell on our mistakes. In the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous, it says, we will not regret the past, nor wish to shut the door on it. And I believe, we keep that stuff. Okay, I'm not going to regret the past, and I'm not going to shut the door on it and just stuff it in the back, because that's part of my story. And I can guarantee you, if I stay sober, and I plan to, for the rest of my life, one day at a time, then I can help people with my story. It's a painful thing to lose a child. I don't think I'll ever be, well, I know, I'll never be the same man that I was before, on that night that I got the news. I lost a piece of my soul. But I still have a good soul. I'm heartbroken. I don't know how you ever recover from that. But I'm going to keep it in the light, and I'm going to keep my perception of this event positive. It also says in the big book, great events will come to pass for you and countless others if I stay on this journey, work 12 steps, go to meetings, and help others. Clean house, go to meetings, help others, right? Great events will come to pass for you and countless others. This death of my son will not be a dark event. It will be a great event. And the way I'm making it a great event is I'm dedicating the rest of my life to service. My son's not going to die in vain. There's going to be great things that come from this event. My Brandon, my son, was a wonderful kid. And I spoke to somebody over the weekend about joining their, she lost her son in a similar fashion. And, she has already set up a, whatever the hell you call it. We're going to help others together. She's already set up a foundation to help in her son's name. And I'm going to work hard for that foundation, using my son's name, and using that and using my son's life as the great motivator for me to do good things for kids, for people in need, for other alcoholics and drug addicts in need that want to get well, and they don't have the background that I have in Alcoholics Anonymous. They haven't made the mistakes that I've made in life, and maybe I could teach somebody with some of the mistakes I made, some of the mistakes that Brandon made, Brandon was just a young guy doing his thing. He battled addiction, man, and he was trying hard. He was trying, and it got the best of him that night. So I'm at 15 minutes and 20 seconds. Remember, you guys, the 5-day God challenge. I can't stress to you how important this is. If you're an addict like me, if you're an alcoholic like me, if you're trying to get off drugs and alcohol, right, and you can't, if you think there is no God, or that God has forgot about you and left you behind, He hasn't. Trust me. Do the 5-day God challenge for 5 days. You have nothing to lose. Get on your knees for 5 days. Couple minutes in the morning, couple minutes in the evening, right? Ask God for the strength to get through the day sober. Ask Him for the strength to go to an AA or an NA meeting. Raise your hand as an alcoholic or drug addict, or just a person wanting to get off drugs and alcohol. Ask for help. God works through other people. And believe me, you will see the power of God in those rooms. Okay? And then go live your life and help people. I promise you, it works. Until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. I'll be posting real soon. And you guys are keeping me going with all of the messages. I answer messages back. Every single message. I don't just go, read through them. I answer them back. So send me a message. Talk to me. I'll talk back with you. And if you want to go private with me, I'll shoot you the email address. It's 5-day God challenge at gmail.com.